This is Electrical Awareness. My name is Jeroboam Kimtai. Welcome to this time again for information on electrical matters. Now, we are talking about lighting today, and as usual, we have lights. When when darkness comes, people put on lights of various kinds, beginning from kerosene lamps and so on, torches that are powered by cells, battery cells. But here we are going to focus on electrical lighting bulbs or lighting lamps. And then later we shall talk about other things related to lights. So today let's talk about electrical lights, understanding electric lighting circuits. Welcome as we have this information relayed to you by me. Before we continue, thank you for those that have been watching this channel, and thank you for those that are subscribing and those that have subscribed. Those who always watch and then share to others, thank you so much for such endeavor. Those ones that are able even to share and show others on their cell phones, on their television sets that are YouTube enabled, thank you so much. On Facebook, there are various people who are watching these channels because I get even people telling me when I meet them that we are watching and they ask questions concerning concerning information that I have shared before. And this is good progress and we are heading somewhere. However small strides are, surely we are heading somewhere. So thank you for your support and let's continue supporting one another. Understanding domestic electric circuits. It is important to know that all electrical work must be carried by qualified electricians. And so, we are not supposed to be engaged in wiring, like I said the last time, apart from some simple electrical replacements. Okay, so what I am giving you is not teaching, is not training you to do electrical work. Let's understand one another. It is informing you on electrical things that are supposed to be known by everybody while handling electricity in our domestic homes. And so beware that I am not teaching you to do electrical work, because electrical teaching, electrical training is done by institutions that are registered, and every electrician that works must be a qualified electrician. Okay, and so another thing you have to notice, electrical wiring must be certified on completion. So this has to be done by registered electrical electricians or contractors. And so this information, I will endeavor giving you information on electrical matters for you to know and for you to secure yourself, because electricians that are certified cannot be found everywhere, every time, by everybody. So these are things that are supposed to be known by everybody for precautionary reasons, for you to be able to secure yourself at home. Now I am on lighting today, and we shall be able to see as we continue in part 1 and part 2 on lighting, uh, on how we can handle electricity concerning lighting. And another thing is which kind of lights are supposed to be in which occasion and what reasons do we put lights. We shall understand as we continue that lighting are not only for, 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 for visibility. Lighting are put for various reasons, but I know most of us may have not known this. So you are welcome. Stay tuned for these lessons that have begun on lighting. Lighting circuits are separate from power circuits. Okay, a circuit is basically a connection, let me put it in the right way, a connection between protective devices and the lighting lamps. So electrical circuit is that connection between the circuit breaker, the wires, and eventually the lighting bulbs, or to the holder, then you put the lighting bulb. So that circuit is different from this other circuit of power. Power is sockets, cookers, and so on. So these lighting are not power outlets. they are lighting circuits. So they are supposed to be separate from power circuits. Each lighting is protected by a circuit breaker. As we can say nowadays, we have consumer units, and so these lighting have to be protected by circuit breakers of 6, or let's say from 5 amperes to 10 generally. But in special occasions, we have 20 amp circuit breakers connected to lighting circuits. But generally, I repeat again, lighting circuits are connected and protected by 5 amperes to 10 ampere circuit breakers. So that is the general thing. So we have power circuits, okay, and we have these power circuits. We have learned previously that they are either ring or radial. So ring circuits are done on power circuits, and therefore, unlike the power circuits, lighting circuits does not form a loop returning to consumer units. In other words, they are not connected in ring in any way. They are connected from the consumer unit, then connected to the first lamp, to the second lamp. From there, it is looped to the third lamp, and so on, depending on the circuit breaker. The circuit breaker, how big the circuit breaker in terms of amperes will determine on how many lights you will be able to install in one particular circuit. But generally, for safety, understand that every house must have at least 2 circuits for lighting. That is very safe. That is for a 1-bedroom house. At least you have to have 2 circuits for every you have 2 circuits for lighting. That means if you are installing in a 2-bedroom house, then you'll have 2 circuit breakers controlling lighting system, so that you have this other side controlled by another one and the other side controlled by another one. Okay, that is it. So this one is different. It is not done using ring circuit. Ring circuit basically means that at the end of the circuit, then you return to the circuit breaker. Okay, so this is not done on lighting. It is only done on power circuits, on socket. Okay, let's leave it there. Now let's talk about the cable. The cable used for lighting is 1.0 millimeter squared or 1.5 millimeter squared. That is the thickness, the cross-sectional area of the wire. Okay, it should be 1.0 or 1.5 millimeter squared thickness, cross-sectional thickness. So it should not be less or more. Okay, it should not be less or more. All lights have wall-mounted switches. So for a light to be there, you will have circuit breakers, you will have wires, you will have lamp holders, and you will have switches. So those are the 4 components, if I would say, that make up the lighting circuit. I repeat, circuit breaker, you will have wire, that is red and black mostly. For plastic lamp holders, no need for earthing. Okay, but if there's a metallic part somewhere, then you will add the third wire, which is for earthing, for protection against shocks and other risks. So you will have circuit breaker, the 2 wires, and then switch and lamp holder. Okay, those are the components for circuit breaker. And so this brings me to the last part that I want to share about basic lighting circuits. Basic lighting circuits will consist of, number 1, the source of power. And on the source of power, we have several sources of power, and this will inform the way we shall do our wiring system. Number 1 is the major one that we are measuring on so much is the AC, the alternating current kind of power. This this comes from the grid of a given nation, electrical grid and or generators, and also solar powered systems are inverted into AC from DC, from direct current to alternating current. That's but to say little about the those source of power that we have. And then number two on basic circuits is conducting wires. Conducting wires, I can repeat what I've just said before. There are always two. And these two wires are connected end to terminals. Okay? And if this lamp has any metallic part, then you must add the third wire, which is earthing. Okay, that is it. And then we have now lighting lamps. Lighting lamps may be the one supported by a lamp holder. Okay, so you will have the lamp holder always connected to a wire and securely fastened and installed somewhere using screws and so on. And then you will have a lamp fixed from point to point from time to time. And then we have fluorescent fitting. Fluorescent fitting comes complete. The fluorescent fitting, the housing, the tube, and so on. We also have the LED tubes that come with the fitting also. That is it. And then we also have security lights that are fixed permanently. Unless they are spoiled, then they're supposed to be at a particular point permanently. Okay, so we have another minor thing that I want to talk about when it comes to lighting, especially security lighting. Security lighting have brought the necessity of having either photocell or motion sensors. Security lighting are always on, and so at the same time they are not supposed to be powered 12 hours of the night. So motion sensors will help to put on that light if something passes across, be it a car, be it a human being, or rodents around there, pets, animals. These will make that light to light up, that lighting security light to light up. Okay, that is now by the use of a motion sensor connected between the switch and the lamp, right? Then we have also photocell. Photocell will not put on lights during the day because when there is natural light, that is sunlight, the photocell will be able to put off power until when this sunlight sets, then the photocell will put on the lights. So that is the work of the photocell and the motion sensor. We have other technical sensors like occupancy sensors. You are not supposed to move. It is not only does not work only when you move, but when you are present somewhere and that sensor is there, then it puts on electricity. That means even if you forgot to switch off this manual switch, this manual wall switch, then that occupancy sensor will help you to regulate light so that when you leave a place, after some time it switches off. But when you come back and sit there, as long as you are there, resting, moving, or doing something, this light will always remain on when it is connected when the occupancy sensor is connected there. So we have other kinds of switches that we'll be talking about. That is only when we shall be having a topic on switching. So today I've just mentioned that in a little while. Next time, we shall talk on part 2 about components of lighting. In components of lighting, I'm not talking about parts, as in the switch, the circuit breaker. No, I'm not talking about those ones, but I'm talking about components in terms of types of lights emitted. Let me just mention, I'll go into details next time. 3 categories, 3 components are, we shall be talking about ambient lighting, and then we shall be talking about mood lighting, And lastly, we shall talk about the last one we shall talk about is this one, zone lighting. It is directed somewhere. So let me end there on our discussion today in this electrical awareness program, and then I welcome you. We do next time on components of lighting, which are mood lighting, ambient lighting, and zone lighting. After that, then we shall move to another thing altogether. Thank you for watching, and this is electrical awareness.